We all know that processed sugar is both addicting and distracting to our bodies, yet you'd be surprised not to find it on the list of ingredients on any of the packaged products at the grocery store. Over the years, added sugar caused a couple of serious problems in my body. It started with painful and itchy hives of dry skin and pimples around my mouth. That is called perioral dermatitis. Then I was diagnosed with hormonal imbalance, and after a lot of self-education, I realized that my hormonal imbalance was due to a slight insulin resistance, and I was on my way to type 2 diabetes, which is also caused by too much sugar in your system. Visiting countless dermatologists, gynecologists, and endocrinologists only left me more confused and angry at the Western medical system that is designed to mask the symptoms and not cure the cause of the issue. That was until I discovered naturopathic holistic medicine, and with my mentor's advice, I eventually went sugar-free. That was 3 years ago, and that is how I was initially able to fix my little bouquet of health issues. This time, I went sugar-free because I got a little too comfortable with sugar in my life again, and I knew that needed to change. So for the last 60 days, I was very diligent at not giving into the temptation of having sugar treats here and there on a daily basis or on holidays either. I was freezing all the cakes that I was making or my family members were making. I was really denying any offers of the sugar, and people just kind of got okay with it. And then Dad went to the international market and got this. This is baklava. This is specifically Turkish baklava, and this is my kryptonite. If I could handle my sister's cake, if I could handle my own cake, freeze all this stuff, not to touch it, this I cannot handle. Okay, so here we are. Let me see, where's my phone? Exactly 62 days. Sugar-free? Oh man. So I'm using this app, it's called Days Since, and it's been very useful actually to be able to look at the number every single day and be like, damn, it's been 62 days. It's been actually such a long time. I'm doing so great that I actually was able to survive the 62 days without sugar. What I mean by sugar-free specifically is added sugar. And specifically processed sugar. I don't mean bananas, I don't mean fruits in general, I don't mean anything like, even honey sometimes is okay. But added sugar specifically is what got me my dermatitis. And can we see the update? There is no dermatitis left. Okay, there is a couple breakouts just because I'm about to start my period, but other than that, the dermatitis is gone. So to all of the 4 doctors, certified dermatologists who dismissed me, who told me that there's no way it's your diet, there's no way you're eating something wrong, there's no way, it's just something that happens. It's just how the way your body reacts to, we don't know what it is. To all of the dermatologists who dismiss their patients like this, we can continue now, because I just had to say that I've experienced so little help from the professionals when it comes to things that is outside of their
beep boop, beep boop. This is what I do. I'm a dermatologist. I don't know anything about anything else.
Medicine has to be holistic, okay? So if you clock me getting into holistic stuff, mind your business, okay? So now, we can continue. There is a lot of things that I have learned, and a lot of things that I didn't understand from the times that I went sugar-free before. It's completely different now. It is, first of all, I have my tea here. I also have those frozen cakes here that are still partially frozen. That's my cake, and that's my sister's cake. But I figured if I'm gonna have a feast, a sugar feast, make it count. It's bittersweet. I don't know what to do with this thing because it's just, okay. This is an important part because I'm about to reset my 62-day counter and I'm kind of like freaking out just a little bit. 62 days, done. We're at 0 again. So here's the thing. The reason I've reset my counter right now for the sugar is because the holidays are around the corner and I know I'm going to have some sugar because life is all about balance. So what I noticed, the very first thing that I noticed and that I will be changing now that I am very much conscious about my sugar intake is sugar is a luxury. Sugar is a holiday event. Sugar is a celebration token. You know what I mean? Sugar is not a daily donut. Sugar is not a daily fucking Starbucks. Sugar is not cope to whatever's going on in your life. Sugar is not any of those things. Sugar used to be my cope. Sugar used to be my daily thing because life has just been freaking difficult, okay? I simply know that I'm not the only one who has experienced this kind of like, oh, sugar is a way out. Sugar is like a simple, easy cope for the day. Like, oh, I got cut off in traffic, so I need my Starbucks. That was me. And it can still be me if I don't control myself, you know what I mean? The one thing that the very big thing that I learned dealing with insulin resistance, hormonal imbalance, living as a woman in America where everything is in plastic, is that in order to combat insulin resistance, you have to eat something meaty or proteins or something like that before you eat sugar. Don't ever eat sugar when you're like hungry or fasted, because your insulin is gonna spike through the ceiling. It's not gonna be a good time. So when you eat protein first and then you dump a little bit of sugar in your system, the insulin response is nearly not that high. And I know this because I literally had a CGM monitor on my arm for like 6 weeks at some point. I've had some experience with this. That's what I'm understanding, is that sugar needs to be covered or hidden in some kind of like more heavily digestible food, like proteins. So I just had a really nice steak right before we're about to indulge in this. There is no words. People who know baklava, and I mean like Turkish baklava, not Greek baklava. Greek baklava is a different story. It does not hit this way. But Turkish baklava, they get this right. Wow. So that's the thing, is I have been sugar-free before when I was at my heaviest, when I was also trying to lose weight, and my nutritionist told me like, hey, you might have insulin resistance, you might want to cut off on sugar. So I cut off on sugar, and guess what? My dermatitis went away. So I was like, oh, interesting. But I didn't understand the extent of how harmful sugar is to human body, especially to a female body. I am apparently very sensitive, which is really annoying actually. But the way sugar affects your kidneys, the way it affects your liver, the way it affects your brain function, the way it affects your skin, you look older. It's just, there's so many things that make that donut not worth it on a daily basis, that make that Starbucks coffee not worth it on a daily basis. One of the crazy like everyday things that I've noticed about this whole sugar-free thing is now even vegetables have a taste, like, you know, have a little bit of a sweet taste. Like there's those cherry tomatoes that I buy, they're sweet to me. Okay? So in general, your taste buds are so incredibly sensitive that when you eat something that is very high in sugar, it actually burns them. So they become a little bit numb. But when you go sugar-free, the world just starts just shining in different colors all over the place. Like the smells, the taste, everything is so much more sharpened. The mind clarity that you have is just, everything just starts working differently. I feel like a superhuman. And it's such a strange thing to say, but I do feel like I smell things better, I taste things better. It's just, it's a very interesting experience. Almost spiritual when you go sugar-free, okay? Of course, the other big thing about being sugar-free or going sugar-free is that I dropped some weight, but I cannot really say, oh, I only stopped eating sugar and I dropped 10 pounds within the last, like, whatever, 60 days. It was a very much complex approach. I started walking, I went dairy-free as well, I went gluten-free as well. The diet was very narrow. I actually made a playlist, a bunch of videos somewhere. I'm gonna link them below if you're interested. The point is, if you want to have a healthy lifestyle, you have to change your entire life basically, and it's a lot for a lot of people to start doing. For instance, I've been trying to do it for the last 3 or 4 years because it's not that easy to get every single little point right. You're sugar-free, eat within your circadian rhythm, walk 10,000 steps a day. There's so much that you're supposed to change, but most people on top of all of this have also lives, you know? There is a lot of things that people have to do, and it just takes time. It just takes time. This is why I'm still not in my best weight. I'm still working on it because it takes time. Everything takes time. All right, let's try my sister's cake. I think she made it for her dad's birthday. Ooh, ooh. This is how I've been surviving throughout this whole journey, actually. My sister came over actually like about a week ago or so, and she brought another cake. Not this one, but like just a bought cake. And like, I just did this. And that's it. I didn't eat a piece of it, but I know exactly what it tastes like. I've had it before, and I know exactly what this tastes like too. I've had it before, but it's called like a honey cake. It is very much like Slavic cake situation. It is still a little bit frozen, but I don't care, honestly. I just really wanted it. And that is another big thing where So say, for example, I choose to start eating sugar again, like I just did right now. I still have full control over the kind of sugar that I'm going to consume. So I know some people are like, again, I keep bringing up donuts. I don't know why, because I guess it's like the very typical American diet. But some people are down for donuts. I was never really a big fan of donuts. I don't really care for donuts that much. But there is certain sugars, there is certain baking things that I literally can't, I'll sell my soul to. Like, it's just, you have to pick your poison, I guess. Quite literally, you have to pick your poison, because not all sugar is made the same, but at the same time, if it's something that your sister made, if it's something that's from like your home country, I'm not Turkish, but like it's very close to my culture, and I have a weak spot for something like this. Your mom made a cake or something that is very special. It's okay to have a little bit of sugar ever so often, but when it becomes an everyday habit, when it becomes an anxiety-driven kind of like, oh, I will be calmed down when I eat this sugar. This is the hole that I was in, and one day I just abruptly said like, that's enough. Literally just like done. I know exactly what every type of little sugar situation tastes like. I don't need to know it every single time I see it and I'm being offered it. I know for a fact that Starbucks is not going away. I know for a fact that if I wanted to go tomorrow or the day after and pick up a Starbucks drink, I could. I know that Dunkin' and their donuts are not going anywhere, and I can pick any donuts that I really want to. I know that I also can go to the store, to the Turkish store, and get some baklava, but it's something that sits so deeply in my soul that I cannot resist it, basically. And the same thing for a homemade cake. Like, who can resist a homemade cake that was made by yourself or your mother or your sister? It's very special. And the way I you know how you know is if you don't feel guilty for throwing it away. You know what I mean? So for example, if my sister made this and it spoiled, I would be really upset for throwing it away. On the other hand, if I had a box of donuts laying around on the counter and ants got to it and I had to throw it away, I wouldn't give a single fuck, to be fair. I'll just throw it away, I don't care. So this is how I know. This is how you pick your poison. This is how you know which sacrifice you will go for, how much sugar are you willing to consume for the things that you want to consume the most. I just hope that maybe this video helped you understand that there's ways to deal with sugar and temptations for having sugar. You don't have to say yes to every donut you're being offered. You don't have to say yes to every homemade cake you're being offered. You can freeze it for later and then choose the day that you want to eat it instead. It's all in your hands. And I'm still struggling with this, to be fair, because I still have those 2 frozen cakes. I didn't even try mine yet. Let's see. Let's see if I did a good job this time. So this one I think I made it also for my dad's birthday. Dad's been getting way too many birthday cakes. Classic. It's just classic. In Slavic community, this cake is called curly boy, or Slavic community. I guess it's just my family. I don't know. Everybody calls it differently, but it's just basically called the curly boy. Yeah, good sugar is addicting, definitely. But yeah, I hope this video helps to survive at least the holidays, because I know it's gonna be tough for men. We got Christmas and the New Year's. For Russians, the New Year's is the biggest thing, but Christmas is also kind of like a gathering moment, so we probably will do something for Christmas. Yeah, good luck, because I hope you survive this holiday season without too high of a glucose level. Guys, I ate just a little bit of everything, literally just a little bit of everything, and I feel like crap. Why did I do that?